Okay, here we are, and I don't even know how to begin. I really don't. I'd like to think that anybody that watches this broadcast is all about freedom and liberty. Most anybody here flies drones, and our freedom and liberty has been tried to be taken away by the FAA and other people that consider it as a threat. Now, yes, there are idiots out there. There are idiots out there in every crowd, just like the cops that shoot black people occasionally. Not all the time, not as much as you would think, but it gets blown way out of proportion. Just like the drone incidents around airports. There will always be idiots out there that do crap like that. That doesn't mean you penalize everybody that doesn't pay attention to the rules. You don't need a whole bunch of mandates or get this license or get that license. You don't need any of that. That's just government worried about you're going to be spying on them, I guess. I don't know. Any fool, look, I've flown small planes. One of the small planes I flew in always flew crooked. I wasn't in the plane at the time. It was a Cessna 172, by the way, for those that want to know. But we flew that, myself and my pilot mentor, we flew 01 Gulf. That was a plane that was always flew crooked. But when you took off, you just Kentucky, that's funny. I'm sorry. I'm staring at this guy over to the right. It wasn't you. Um, the plane always flew crooked. It always flew crooked. You, as soon as you took off, you trimmed it out so it would fly straight because it ran into a buzzard. A buzzard. It's like a vulture in the sky. I mean, basically, it is a vulture. I don't know. I'm not a bird expert. I don't know. Anyway, they look like a buzzard, walk like a buzzard, and fly like a buzzard. And you should watch my video about flying with a buzzard. It was pretty cool. And I'm not saying anything bad about buzzards. But at the same time, you gotta look at drones. And unless you're an idiot flying it right next to an airport. Oh, and by the way, as a small plane flyer, I knew all about approaches and exits from the airport. I knew all about the landing patterns. So myself as a drone pilot, I call myself a drone pilot not a drone operator because you pay attention to that kind of shit. A true pilot knows what other birds are in the airspace. So it's logical to conclude that if you are at the end of a runway or the entrance to a runway, that you shouldn't be there. You're just not supposed to be there. But I'll tell you this, I would much rather run as somebody who has piloted a small plane, I would much rather run into a drone than a buzzard. Okay? So when the FAA starts shooting them down because they're a hazard to what they call aviation, all right, then you can shoot my drone down. But at the same time, I'm not going to be there in the first place because I have enough sense not to fly around an airport. Other than that, you should be good to go under 400 feet. You should be good to go under 400 feet above a vertical obstruction like a TV antenna or whatever. You should not need, hey, Allie, you should not need any permission to do that because that airplane is not supposed to be there in the first damn place. Hiya, Dan. Hiya, Bob Casey. Yeah, damn the man. Okay. Damn the man. Damn the man. All right, first of all, I'm okay. That's kind of political, but it was kind of about drones. Hey, Dan, how are you, brother? I'm just talking about freedom and liberty, brother. That's all I'm talking about. Freedom and liberty. You should be able to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as long as it does not infringe on anyone else's to do the same. Okay, so part of my life and liberty is flying drones. Don't infringe me of that right as long as I'm not posing a danger to anybody else. It's just like Dan. You know, Dan's flown that tower. I'm not sure if it's a citrus tower, but it's over in his neck of the woods. And I've seen some great videos from there. I've seen some great videos from Dan from there. Hey, Jay Bird. Hey, brother. So he got incensed that people, oh no, you can't fly here anymore. And he was the first to say, that's bullshit. By what rule can I not fly here? And that's what it's all about. That's cool, Bob. I'm looking forward to the video. Mr. Gal, I appreciate you stopping in, brother. I appreciate that. You gonna send me a razor? I don't know. I don't know if I. Oh, it better be a Jeremy's razor, Dano. You know, Bob, you frickin' digital maniac. I appreciate it, Bob Casey Ariel. I was given the opportunity to try them out, and I didn't want to because it's money I don't have. I can't afford to go the digital route. I just can't. Get stuck on Chinese. Yeah, that's just hard to read, Bob. Just telling you. You go, oh, am I infringing on Ken Heron's stream? I am even more grateful that I happen to be doing that. Not that I'm any match for him. I just, yes, Charlie. It is easier to eat Chinese. That's pretty funny. You guys are cracking me up. I thank you for being here. I'm just rambling on and on. I went to the store, got me some fresh beers, and I'm not feeling too shabby right now. So that's when I feel the urge to just say shit. And if you don't agree, that's fine. That's fine. If you disagree with anything that I say, I might call you a brainwashed idiot, but probably not. I just know, okay, we got this whole ministry of truth out there, and it's like every time you see Jen Psaki speak, it's like, okay, well, I'm getting a lot of truth out of this, so not. You know, Dan, I wish I had some strippers. I don't know about the cocaine part, but I would probably to the line if it was laid out in front of me, but I ain't paying for it. And that's the deal. I mean, yes, you're right, Bob. All of a sudden, the left knows what a woman is. First of all, okay. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Hopefully, y'all can hear me because I'm using earbuds. But maybe you don't want to hear what I have to say. But Jaybird, look, dude. They'll just put another liar in chief up there to spout the same old bullshit. I have to pick the free strippers, Bob. Howdy, Tim Jackson. Hiya. You think so? Could be. Michelle Obama could be a dude. I mean, you know, she might have transitioned. She does look kind of manly, you know. That's pretty funny now that you say that. That's very funny. You know, none of these, none of these people know what gender they are. I'm pretty sure they know what gender they are. They just trying to hide it. I just asked Stone River. Now see Bob, Joan Days, Joan Rivers. Uh, she could be transphobic, but not transphobic. That's the wrong word. But she always seemed kind of like gay. I mean, guy-like to me. Okay, for real, I have to go troll Karen. Well, get over there and let's hear the results. Go troll Ken Herron, DW, and try and take some screenshots or whatever, and then come back and report on it. Well, Jaybird, yeah, hey Jaybird, remember the Wizard of Oz when they threw when Dorothy threw the water on her, and she goes, I'm melting, I'm melting. Well, that's what Joan Rivers would do. Hell, that's what Nancy Pelosi would do. That's what a lot of those old farts have no business. Their time is done. Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. I mean, it's Democrats and Republicans. Your time is done. Okay, let's see. I'm 63 years old. Just turned 63 in April. These old bastards that are in Congress, like Mitch McConnell, I don't know how old Mitch McConnell is, but Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, um, these guys are old farts. And this is all they've done all their freaking life. This is their job. They see it as their job. I wouldn't hire them to do shit. Okay? You're stuck in the old ways, stuck in payoffs to them via lobbyists or whatever, and they know which way the stock's going to go. And I'm calling out the swamp. I'm calling out, and the swamp consists of, don't get me wrong, I'm not nailing the Democrats in all this. The Democrats are knee deep in the swamp, but there's plenty of Republicans that can share that same blame because they're in the swamp too. And that's why they had to get rid of Trump. They couldn't have him in there. They were shocked that he got in the first place. And that's why, what's her name? That evil bitch with the blonde hair. Oh yeah, that would be Hillary Clinton. And then during 4 years of Trump's presidency, They investigated him, investigated him, investigated him. And what came out of it? Did he get indicted for anything? No. Well, how about look at that criminal? Okay, I shouldn't call him a criminal. Alleged criminal. Hunter Biden. Man, the shit that's come out on this character is just miles deep, but nobody is paying attention to it. And why? It's pretty easy. Anybody that can investigate it is owned by the Department of Justice, owned by the House of Representatives, and even the presidency. And it's just great. It really is. I mean, so now we have to have an election. Hey, Susan Lee, how are you? So now we have to have an election just so we can get enough representatives in the House of Representatives so that they can actually open an investigation to investigate what looks to me like a lot of wrongdoing. So I'll ask y'all, and y'all, that's a very southern term, but I'll ask y'all, isn't law what is legal or illegal? What does that have to do with party? It should have nothing to do with party. If people are doing shit that's, to me, clearly illegal, it shouldn't matter who's in charge. It should be up to the Attorney General. But that's not going to happen with, who is the Attorney General? I know it's some left-wing loon anyway. And look, if you're on the left, you do realize that the left has abandoned you. They've gone, okay, if you're the left, if you were, okay, this is center. Okay, it's praying hands. So, if you were over here to the left of center, but all these people that have the loudest voices are way, let's see, I'm trying to do my hands right. Okay, here's center again. They are way over here. You want to be part of that crowd anymore? I don't know. You got to think about that. No, I hear I concur, Allie. You're absolutely correct. And I don't know where I know you have issues, so I know you're wherever you live. Oh wait, Scotland, I think. But you know, your healthcare system has tried to take care of you and all that. And I get that. And look, as far as politicians go, like I pay attention to this stuff because I'm disabled and I have the time to do it. So I do YouTube and I do Rumble. And if you don't know Rumble, you should check out Rumble. But nothing is censored. They don't censor you, they don't shut you down, and there's a few people on there I love to watch. Dan Bongino, Bongino, great guy. Dinesh D'Souza is another one. He's an Indian American, I think, and when you see him, you'll know. But these are people that, well, Bongino was born here, but Dinesh, I'm not sure, but he's definitely American. And when you're an American, that means that you've adopted the culture and you have assimilated versus some of these other people that come in and say, and I'm not picking on the Muslim community, I'm just using it as an example. But they make these communities where, well, yeah, we want Sharia law and all that shit. Wait a minute. That's not America. When you come to America and you want citizenship, that means you will adhere and comply with the rules of our nation. Freedom, liberty, and justice for all are the words, I believe. But they want their own justice. So, no, that's antithetical. And I probably used that word wrong. But to our very Constitution, what Ronald Reagan said years and years ago. Let's see, I actually have let's see, folks. This is from Ronald Reagan during his inauguration address on, what does that date say? January 20th. Let me turn it this way. 1981. So that would have been, so this is a piece of wood encapsulated in this plastic and a Ronald Reagan coin, I might add. Well, how long ago was that? 81, let's see, 91, 2001, 2011, I guess. I can't count too well. That's 40 years ago. That's 40 years ago. So, yes, we're a nation of immigrants, but you're supposed to come here the right way. I'm sorry. You just can't walk in when you want to, and that's the way it should be. Look, man, we have plenty of bad apples in our country already without importing more. You know, and I feel bad for These people that have traveled for hundreds of miles and paid thousands of dollars to cartels or whatever to get over the border. They want a better life. I get that. It makes perfect sense. If I was on their end of the train, I'd be wanting to do the same thing. The problem is that the current government has been enticing these people to come here. What I've said, even before Trump was around, when it was back with Obama, as I like to call him, these people that talk about being political refugees and whatever, they need to work on their own damn country. They need to make their country better. Just because you don't feel like putting up a good fight, oh, well, let's just haul ass to the United States and they'll take care of us. No, screw you. You should be proud of your country and should be doing everything you can to improve it. What the hell is wrong with that? I don't get it. It's like for me, okay? I love this country. I haven't been over that much of it, but I've made some road trips. And I love my country. But a lot of the people that come in here illegally, I might add, they have a beautiful country too. Their politics might be all screwed up, but you need to change that. We cannot house the entire world. It just, I'm sorry, we don't have the resources for it. We have homeless people all over California. What's worse than the homeless people across California is our veterans, people that have fought in wars to guarantee freedom to you and I. They're homeless too. But no, we're going to send 33 billion to Ukraine or whatever, but not do anything about the homelessness in America. And to me, that's despicable. I mean, I hate it for the people of Ukraine. I mean, but that's not exactly the best government in the world in the first place. They've only become righteous because it fit the narrative. And just always remember, it's always about the narrative and how the news people push it, and all. They're basically propagandists when you get right down to it. And Allie, I'm going to come back to you. Now, it wasn't you. It was actually, I'm trying to think of her name. I think her name was Tina or something. But I've known her for a while on YouTube. And when all the lockdowns went down, and her dad was dying in a nursing home, and she couldn't go to, I mean, she knew her dad was dying, but Tina Davies, that's who she is. Look her up. Tina TINADAVIES. So she has a YouTube channel, and I communicated with her some, and because of the lockdowns, her dad that was dying, and I'm sure COVID was involved, but he wasn't exactly a well fellow. But she couldn't go because of the lockdown. She couldn't go say goodbye to her dad, and to me, and that story has been repeated. I mean, that story has been repeated. Not Tina's story, but I mean, that story has been repeated in New York, the cities across the United States. And I'm sure it's been repeated many times over in the UK or whatever. And it took them like 2 years to realize masks don't work. That's number one. The vaccines don't work. That's number two. Uh, how many more numbers we gotta go through? I don't know. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. You want to get a vax? That's all up to you. I don't begrudge you for getting one, but I reserve the right to not have one. And I have not had one, just like I have not had a flu vaccine. I've never had a flu vaccine either. I believe in my God-given immunity that was given to me by my Creator, and all this other crap is just makes your immune system lazy. Lazy. How do I get rid of? I put that up there. Hey, Carlos, how are you, man? Shit, that is not what I want to do today. I am preaching. I am preaching, Carlos. Yes, I am preaching the gospel of free will. So if you want to wear your mask, if you want to get your booster, hey, that's your right. Wear your mask all the time. I remember, hey, Carlos, I got to throw this at you. Okay. Before all this COVID shit happened, imagine what would happen to you if you walked into a bank. Not that once the COVID shit started, that the bank stores weren't closed, but let's just say before the bank stores closed, if you walked into that bank with a mask on, man, there'd be security people all over your ass, man. They'd be all over you. But now, it's considered acceptable. Oh yeah, he's just scared of COVID. It's so it there's so much bullshit to this. It really stinks. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, Sam Squat. Wow, at Sam Squats, that's pretty, why why in the hell would you go get a needle stuck in your arm for 12%? Much what for 1%? I mean, 12% is damning enough. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Look, man. If nothing else, I appreciate Trump's warp speed to get a vaccination out there. That's cool. It looked like it was going to be pretty bad. And yeah, a lot of people died. But a lot of people died because of mismanagement, like in New York, all the COVID positive people being put in nursing homes instead of hospital ships that Donald J. Trump provided. But they didn't want, no, Kumo, I guess it was Kumo at the time. No, we can't take anything Trump offered. But in the end, it was a nasty cold. It was a really nasty cold. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay it. But look, I'm an old guy. And I'm still alive. Why didn't COVID kill me? I should be freaking dead. As virulent as they said it was. You know what's funny is early 2020. It was right. It was after 2019. It was like early 2020. Hey, Dodie, how are you, brother? I got sick. And I think I've said this before on a previous live stream. I got sick. I didn't feel good. So I called in and I didn't want to go to work because I didn't feel good. I was sick. I'm sure at this point, no, did I go get a COVID test? No, nobody knew about COVID yet at that point. When was it when they first said something about COVID? I want to think it was like February of 2020, but I could be wrong. But I had it before then. And Eric, RC Crazy, him and his family got pretty sick in December of 2019. But it could have been 2020. And I asked him about that because there was already conspiracy theories about this virus and stuff like that. So, oh no, we were, this is what Eric said. We were tested and they said it was flu. It was not COVID. I still think to this day it was COVID. And really, COVID, if I'm not mistaken, the flu is a coronavirus too. They didn't have the testing down right. The bottom line is, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's old, fat people that die. Now, I have Nothing against old fat people. I really hey Rigger, how are you, brother? I have nothing against old fat people. They're happy to be. I'm happy that they're old, and well, I'm not happy that they're old, but I'm happy that they're old. They're fat, and they're feeling okay. But that's where the most morbidity came in, you know. Well, these guys aren't exactly the healthiest specimens around. And then, me being the cold, heartless bastard I am, I could say, well, that just, what's the word, Darwin came up with it. Uh, what is that word? I can't find the word. Carlos, would you like a link? Who wants a link? Who wants a link to dispute any of the spew I have said tonight? I'm going to just put it right here in the stream. Just right here. Here it goes. If you think I'm full of shit, just come right in and tell me why I am full of shit. Quiet rainy day. Sometimes, what is it? There's a song that makes me. What is that song, Rigger? You're a music guy, Mark. Um, what is it? Okay, I know what the song is that I'm thinking of. But it's not Monday. It's rainy days and Mondays always make me something. No, it's not raindrops keep falling on my head. And no, it's not rainy days and Mondays. It could be. But today's not Monday. I thought it was get me high. Hey JDS, I don't think I said hello to you earlier. And Sam Squatch, you're awesome, dude. Oh, that's a good song. Hey JDS, John. I know that's your name. I'm assuming that y'all can hear me. Nobody said anything about not being able to hear me. Although not being able to hear me might be a good thing. No, I can't. You know what, Mark? Purple Rain came on to one of my. I can't do Purple Rain. I just can't. Susan is awesome. Thank you for being here, Susan. The View Chaser, Danny, JS Fine Canuck, Rigor Morris, Mark, Carlos, Scorched Earth, Bob, Drone Days. Man, I've considered y'all friends forever, and I'm skipping a lot of people from way back then, from way back when. And for most of you, other than Allie, and what's the other girl's name? Susan. Excuse me. Sorry, Susan. We all fly drones. We have a common relationship. Even though like some like Jaybird, JDS, they're all about the GPS drones. And for a lot of us, that just kind of got freaking boring. Not that they don't have their place. I get that. They have their place. And I have seen some people that actually kind of fly them. I mean, to get some great shots, whatever, do some nice orbits or whatever. But as a rigger will tell you, as Scorched Earth will tell you, as Drone Days will tell you, any Sam Squatch will tell you, you will never know what it is to fly until you fly an FPV drone. That's it. If you're flying a GPS drone, you are operating it. You are not flying it. If you can let go of the sticks and the bird just stays where it was when you let go of the stick, no, you ain't flying it. Because if you're flying an FPV drone, if you do, I have been able to do that for a few moments. I have done it before, but that little respite is not going to last long because the wind's going to blow, whatever, and it's off in a tree. You know, it's probably not going to crash in the ground. It's just going to fly the hell away. It's going to go with the breeze, you know? So, I don't know. I just, at some point, I remember when hey, Chris, how are you, brother? Chris Wedgeworth, thank you for coming in. I remember when I first started flying, and most of my early drones were Walmart guys, you know, and I had my share of, I can't call them flyaways. I call them blowaways because they were brush motors and they were stabilized. Not there was any GPS in them or anything, but they couldn't pitch forward enough to fight the wind because they were stabilized. There's no acro to them at all. And so if the wind was blowing too hard and blowing in the wrong direction, away they went. As much as you tried to fight it, you couldn't pitch forward enough to against the wind to fight it. And so off they go. And it's even the same thing with drones like Freestyle 2, not Tiny Hawk 2, Freestyle 2. It's all applicable. If you are flying in stabilized mode, you will not be able to counter the wind like you can if you are on acro. That's basic fact. And if anybody wants to dispute that, come on in and do so, because you will lose. Now, I'll say during the South Florida, I call it Central Florida drone meet. Some people have called it the South Florida drone meet, but the one that happened in 2021, I met a lot of great people there. Carlos Scorched Earth really took care of me. I appreciate that. But other people took care of me as well. But it was Central Florida. It was not South Florida. That always irked me about the title, because I'm a geographical kind of guy, and I've lived in Florida all my life. So, do you really, Danny? Well, that's good. Good for you, Danny. So I don't know. Alright, so I see all these links put in here, and I'm just running my mouth. This is one of my videos I have to rewatch just to see some of the links you guys have posted. Why would you want to be sitting down, Danny? You should be standing up. Flying sitting down is easier than flying standing up, just so you know. I remember when I first started doing FPV, I had to sit down. I mean, I just had to. So I forced myself to stand while flying. Yeah, whatever. That's because you're a wuss, Charlie. I'm just kidding. That's funny, Carla. Now, see, I used to bow my head down a lot, but no, you sent some pictures of Charlie staring up into the sky. And I mean, I've actually taken video of myself while I was flying FPV, and I look like freaking Ray Charles out there, because doing my head all around and crap like that, you know. I'm definitely rocking the Ray Charles part. And I started off by sitting in a chair, and I actually fell out of that chair a few times. Yeah, true, Carlos. Oh, Danny. Music, flying with music is badass, and Carlos, Mr. Scorched Earth, turned me on to that, actually. He goes, man, just go out and fly with some music. And he actually sent me a playlist. And so I did that. And that's where my vulture was. Hey.
Have you seen my lighter anywhere? I can't find it.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Trying to make sure I didn't steal it. I did.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
So I stole Rhonda's lighter. Natural reaction, you use a lighter. and you steal it. Oh wait, I need to get. How do I get rid of it? Yeah, Allie's clothes been up. Yes, I am a lighter thief. Uh, wait, I still didn't do it. Man, it's just a natural. So y'all heard that, okay? I guess. All right, so how do I get rid of that? Trying to think of how I get rid of that. A comment. No, that just take comment away. Really? You can't play music? Okay, all right. So, yes, I do have your wallet, and I'm so glad you just had gone to the ATM because I'm a lot richer now, Charlie. That's my hey Mark. That's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty cool. Now I need to get rid of Allie's freaking banner thingy, whatever. I don't want a banner. I just want to get rid of the. I mean, Allie said that like forever ago. All right, so get a baggie for what? Well, I put it up there, Allie. I should be able to take away, but I don't know how to do that. I am still vertical, John. Thank you very much. Still hanging in there, you know. Feeling no pain. Happy Thursday. You know, Mike, aka Night Train, has been such a slack ass for what, 6 weeks now? And never goes live, whatever. I'm just filling a hole, brother. And y'all can go see Ken Herring or whoever you want, but I thank you for being here with just a good old dude that likes to drink a beer or two or three as I hiccup and just hang out. Just hang out, have something to say, you know? Talk about freedom and liberty. And rigor mortis, I would like to say, Adrian, you young possum. So it's like rigor mortis, he's up there in British Columbia. And, you know, I thought the United States was a lockdown totalitarian. No, I really didn't think that. But I saw that it was coming to that. But in many ways, Canada was seen as, by many, that's when we were trying to get out of the Vietnam draft, as a haven for freedom. And then we see what Justin Trudeau has done to that taking place. Yeah, I'm glad I'm still in the U.S. I've been to Canada a couple times. No, can't say, no, I can say twice. I have been to Canada twice. The first time, we went up to see my brother's land that he bought on the internet. Fished on the St. Lawrence Seaway. Went up to some land out there, that made campfire. Got cold, by the way, and it was in July. I got cold. The fire felt good, even though it was in July. Okay, it gets freaking cold in Canada. Now, Mr. Rigor Mortis lives in British Columbia, which, because of the Pacific Ocean and the Pineapple Express, which he has explained to me a couple of times. And these are warm winds that come up. I don't know if they come from Hawaii, but they pass by Hawaii. And Mark, you pop in and explain it better, I'm sure, than me. But even back then, long before I knew Mark, my brother talked about going to British Columbia and living in British Columbia because in all of Canada, it's the most moderate temperature for how north they are. And it's all because of the ocean. All because of that. Same way with Florida. So you're in Canada as well, are you, Sam Squat? Are you unvaxxed? I take it by that statement. You were unvaxxed. I am unvaxxed too. Yes. I am a member of the unclean. Man, I don't want to get into this. I really don't. But it's fucking bullshit. Okay? There is no zero acceptance of natural immunity because you got sick and recovered and your body built up its own immunities versus fake immunities from a freaking vaccine. Okay? Now, and I don't even know how they can say your chances of survival are better if you've had the vaccine. How do they know that? That seems like for them to really know that as far as facts, wouldn't you have to use time travel? Carlos, I hope no one ever tries to picture me as a woman, and I would be one ugly ass woman, by the way. Not that I am a handsome man by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. Why should I wear a wig? I think I should shave my head. No, my head's too ugly. If I could grow my hair long enough, should just let it come over my face to hide it. That's one of the reasons why I didn't mind the mask so bad, because it hid my ugly smile. Yeah, Sam Squatch, I'm with you, brother. The shit, that jackass Trudeau is a jackass. I will say this. I thought our government was doing bad shit. And yes, our government did do a lot of bad shit here in the United States. But it was more state by state. Whereas Trudeau, that fuck. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to use the F bomb, but so Rigger, hey Roscoe Stick, Rigger and Sam Squat. You guys watch Rebel News? I would like to know. They're on Rumble. Rumble is a great platform. There's no censorship. Not like YouTube. You can use a COVID word. You take, again, it's like what Elon Musk is trying to do with Twitter, in that you won't be shadow banned or any of that horse shit. Because if you have a point to be made and you have the ability to go live, everybody should be able to hear your opinion if they want to. Now, they also have the ability to say, this guy's an idiot. I'm turning this shit off. And that's the way it used to be before all the cancel culture shit came out. It's like in Canada, they did the what is it? The Freedom Truckers or whatever. They steamed across the country. I mean, look, and I'm not going to repeat ad nauseum what their argument was, but these are guys. Trucker basically sits in the cab of the truck and drives a load from one place to another, virtually isolated. It's not like he's working at a Walmart or a big convenience store or whatever, where he can spread his disease to everybody. And as far as I'm concerned, that disease is actually building up those that he might have exposed to, building up their immunity level. I mean, I said this from day one of when this shit first came out and they started doing all these lockdowns and mask mandates, all this shit. I said from the beginning, and I welcome, not that anybody here will, but I don't have a big enough audience. All I have is people that know me, like Sam Squat, Bob Casey, Carlos, Drone Bum Polly, Charlie, Drone Psyche, Allie French, and many more. You only know me for me, Ed. I'm not a public figure or anything like that. So, but Fact Check True, I have said since day one, you can run, but you can't hide. So you can wear your freaking mask, you can hovel in your basement, But at some point, you got to go outside. And yes, your cloth mask won't do shit. Won't do crap. You might not spread the common cold as much, but in the end, the coronavirus is another variant of the common cold, which, by the way, there is still no cure for or no way to stop it. And with all that being said, me being one of the great unwashed that has not had a vaccine and therefore never boosted or any of that, never had a flu vaccine for that matter. I forget where I was going with that. Why am I still alive? I should be freaking dead. Why am I not dead? What the hell? Now, there are people that will say, nobody here, I'm sure, but I've seen it. I've seen it on other YouTube channels or whatever. Oh, I know. I've seen in replies to comments I've made with Rob DeSantis and hateful comments to me like, you're a typhoid Mary super spreader or whatever. And it's like, you are, this is my thought, you're just an idiot. You have no concept of virology, how viruses work, any of that. Yeah, call me a typhoid Mary. No. If I'm going to get sick, I'm going to get sick. If I get sick, unless I die, my body will produce antibodies. I don't know if I can pass them on to somebody. Do you have to have sex with them to pass them on? I'm not sure about how that works. It doesn't matter. Bottom line is, okay, all right. So I gotta delve into this. I shouldn't, but I will. The Roe v. Wade thing. The shit that was linked. Okay, this is my opinion. Although I'm echoing this opinion from other people that I follow. Okay. And the Roe v. Wade decision was leaked out to the country. And there are people that are saying it was deliberate because this is the only hope for the Democrats to pull out or minimize their defeats in November. Okay? So, a lot of that makes sense. First of all, number one, Biden sucks. Inflation sucks. Gas prices suck. Groceries suck. Let's come back to number one. Joe Biden sucks. What can I tell you? I mean, you can't. So they're using us, the whole Roe v. Let's stir up the youngsters who are obviously out there just engaging in rampant sex. They don't know that there is such a thing as birth control. Suddenly have this sudden need for abortion. And in most states, some people have decried them, and for us, 15 weeks. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you this. But if you are 15 weeks into a pregnancy and you haven't decided whether or not you want the baby, that's a problem. All right, change. I'm losing my earbuds. uh, all right. So can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I sound like the banana guy. My earbuds popped offline. So there were a few people that said comment. No, rigor mortis, you're right. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is bullshit law. Most of the stuff is should be with the states. I mean, the the Constitution was originally written to give most of the power to the states. It was only in the grand scheme of things like national defense and shit like that that it was supposed to be countrywide. So and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's funny, Rigger, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg was definitely a liberal. Okay, she was big time liberal. Well, I'm trying to think of a guy. Oh, well, she might be dead too now, but there was another guy. I can't think of his name, and I'm sure somebody will correct me. Who was a conservative, and he was on the court as well. And they were great friends. But the thing is that this is what the Supremes are supposed to do. They are supposed to look at the Constitution and its amendments, of course, because the amendments then become part of the Constitution. So they're not ruling on feelings. And that is what the left loves to do. They love to rule on feelings and not the letter of the law. Now, you will hear many times liberals say that the Constitution is a living and breathing document. The only people that utter those words are people that want to change it to take more control of your life. I'd love somebody to point out where somebody that would call a conservative would say that. I think you'd be hard pressed. They'd be a rhino if nothing else. So, sure I missed some comments back there. Well, I got all past. There need to be a bill. This is from Rigor Morris. There need to be a bill passed. All right. Yeah, Mark. No, it's not the Ripley reading. First, my lips suck. As far as no one could read my lips anyway. All right. Hey, Ben Cratchit. The chick from Bandcamp. I could have done her after a few beers. She ended up to be so used, that guy. It's so funny. Oh, is this one time Bandcamp? I had zero of those experiences when I was going to school. Rigger, that's funny. Look, man. At the end of the day, if you live in a city like Carlos, you're screwed, dude. Where you're at, at least you got some escape room. I got a little escape room here too. I might have trouble away, but it ain't like being in a big city. I can tell you that right now. So I feel for Carlos. He's in a tough situation. I know he wants to get the heck out of there. See, like Drone Days, freaking Bob, he's out there in the country. Yes, he's still in the same state, and it's a screwed up state. You see, the people on the left end of the state, this is what's fucked up. This is what messed up, Bob. Okay. How is it that the most left in the state of New York are on the furthest right of it? How does that even work? I don't know. How does that even work? Yeah, Adirondack. Okay. So where you're at, you're geographically, Bob, geographically, you're to the left of the state. Yeah, the most leftist bullshit going out there from the right of the state. It's just perplexes me. I think it's kind of funny, actually, when I think about it. I understand how it works. I get it. It's like just like Paul and Carlos, they're entrepreneurs, and they make money off of providing services to people. Are you really straight up in the city? I thought you were west of the city, Bob. I thought I've looked at the map of where you're at. I was pretty sure you're west of the city. I know Eric is, but I thought you were west of the city too. I didn't think you were north of it. And when you say the city, I'm assuming you mean New York City. I didn't know there was that much north of there, but because New York's kind of like a long state, east to west. If I can recall my latest map that I've seen of it, not that I pull up New York State that often, because that would be like, oh, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some beautiful places there. And Eric, RC Crazy, has shown me some beautiful places there. But still, given the government, no. I ain't freaking going there. Okay? I'd rather go to North Dakota. There's a bunch of places I'd rather go to than in New York. Now, other than I know a few cool people that live up there. You know, Carlos, Bob, Drone Bum, Polly. Who else on it lives up there? I know a few others, Lawrence and Herman, and they're okay. I like them okay, but I I don't know that I would be able to hang with them. I know I can hang with Carlos, Charlie, Paul, and Bob. I know I could hang with those cats. So, just saying, put it out there. It's fly. But I just, the whole truth test about flying drones and 107, no, screw all that. Just don't be an idiot and don't fly your drone around a frickin' airport. And don't be a hazard to aerial navigation. As long as you sit below 400 feet, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Unless somebody else is breaking some rules. And this is what drives me crazy. Dude, it's like, I've flown in small planes. I know all about small planes. I'm repeating what I've already said, but y'all might not have been around here for then. I've done a lot of flying in small planes. I remember us taking off, and Larry, he was not my flight instructor. He did not have an instructor certificate. He was a very fine pilot, and he let me fly from the right tee all the time, and a few times on the left. When we would go flying, he was always worried about the buzzards. It wasn't about some damn drone that was up there. It was about the damn buzzard. Because you don't know what they can do. So they're up there, they're cruising along. That's what buzzards do, okay, by the way. They ride the thermals. They're like the ultimate sailplane. Because they've got their wings out. They can feel the wind in their feathers. They can feel the subtle nuances in how the wind is shifting, and they can adjust their flight path to take advantage of it. So they basically fly for free. They expend almost zero energy, and they're just gliding on the wind. Well, Larry would tell me, okay, there's a buzzard at 2 o'clock, whatever, just don't go near him. Now, I don't know how much these birds weigh. And yes, drones weren't as big a thing back then. That much is true. But I wasn't even scared about a buzzard. I flew a bird that somebody had hit a buzzard with. And yes, it flew crooked from then on. But it still flew okay. You just had to trim it out, I just think it's stupid. I mean, I get that you can't have a million drones flying around a runway. I get that. Not even one. They should know you're there. But unless you are infringing on the airport activity and you are below 400 feet, I'm sorry. Your plane doesn't have any right to be there. I, as an American citizen, have a right to be there, as far as I'm concerned. So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. You know, I remember when I got my first brushless drone. You know, it's all up. I mean, I went and registered with the FAA and all that bullshit. So what did that do? What did I actually went to the website and had a fancy little badge printed, you know, FAA registered drone pilot. So how did that make me safer? It didn't. None of that makes you safer. Most of what makes you safer is common freaking sense. Okay, so if you go out and fly somewhere and it happens to be near an airport and you see planes coming in or going off, chances are you, as a drone pilot, should not be there. Okay? This is for the big boys in the room, whatever you want to call it, but you shouldn't be there. Or now, me, you know, I have my share of aeronautical charts. I know how traffic patterns work, all that shit. If you're outside the traffic pattern, uh, it shouldn't matter. As long as you don't go above 400 feet and the plane does what it's supposed to do. You probably did hear fear. So anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox and just hang with some people I love. I'm going to leave you out of the love part, Jay Bird. Hope you don't mind. But I love Carlos Scorchers. I love Mark Rigor Mortis. Oh, Ben Cratchit, well, that's Carlos too. And, oh, and just found it. Damn it, Allie. How did I not see that before? Staring me right in the face. So we got Bob. Already met some few people. And I just messing with you, Jay Bird. I appreciate you too. I'm trying to play with you. All right, Bob. How can a guy, I want you to answer me this question. How can a guy be a lesbo? I'll wait for your response. Hey, Brad. Brad Meek. Sorry I didn't say earlier to you. Earlier. Man, I wish I could hand you a beer and chips, brother. I wish I could. I think I'll just have to get another. I'll have to drink one in. I don't want to say in memory of you because you're still alive, but I'll just have to drink one for you. Okay, that's all. So I got to figure out how to. Now damn it, Jim. Now I'm trying to get rid of Brad Meek's thingy. Sounds like you had a tough time there, Ben Cratchit. Oh, there it is. Ah, I gotta figure out how to do that. It's called. What is it called? It's called. I'm trying to think of the word that would irritate you the most, Carlos. I was I was kind of toggling with retribution. It was that doesn't really fit. Maybe karma has something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know how Mitch is doing. Carlos is. I spoke to him, not spoke. I sent him a message. I don't know, 3, 4 months ago. Yeah, he's an old dude. Come on. Although he'll probably outlive me. He had some brain shit going on, all kinds of stuff. And dude, the weekly. I mean, I've done more live streams in the last couple weeks than I have done in months. But it's just that's the result of beer and shit. It's getting hammered and I can't take it anymore. And I want to talk to my friends about it. And this is the only way I can talk to my friends about it is by going live on YouTube, you know? And somewhere along the way in your comments or whatever, I gain insight. Now, whether I do anything with that insight or not is another matter, but I still enjoy it because you guys are my family. And everybody's been here. I know some have left. Let's see, I'm down to 9 people now. Thank Bob. Thank Bob. I appreciate that. I like drinking here with you too. And yeah, I know, Carlos, See, the telephone requires me. Oh, well, actually, it doesn't require me to hold the phone to my ear, but I don't know why. I hate talking on the phone. I'd much rather do it in front of my laptop. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe my arm gets tired. I don't know. Because I can just sit here. I could ramble on and on for hours, which I won't do. Um, but it's coming up on 2 hours. So, did you call me last night, Carlos? Yeah, I have. I can't remember the last time I drank whole milk. So you still got daylight, Mark? And by the way, Mark, rigor mortis, give my love to Darcy, um, Ainsley, and Ruby. I know in my heart I got all their names right. And that's hard for me. So, you know what? I should be president instead of that old fool Biden that's in the White House right now. Who would vote for president? Come on, man. Show of hands. I don't see how I could possibly do a worse job than what's happening right now, okay? I just, yeah. The easiest thing to do, okay. I'm running for president in 2024. This is what I'm going to do. Everything that, every one of Trump's policies that Biden, by executive order, reversed in 2021, January 2021, I'll reverse all that. Okay. Okay, we're drilling, baby. Drill, 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 get the freaking oil, whatever. All right. So that's step one. Step two, I don't know. I'll talk to Trump about that. Like, I don't need to talk to Trump about it. It just makes perfect sense. Everything Trump did made perfect sense. And I have no problem with going green. Hey, man, solar panel your ass up all you want, but it ain't ready for prime time. And Texas knows all about that after last winter. Okay? We don't have the batteries yet. And the batteries, that's another whole thing. The whole electric car thing, it all boils down to batteries. Because the batteries, the lithium batteries, they have to strip mine whole portions of the earth out to get this. Where with an oil well, they got one of these little up and down things. There's cows all around it, they don't give a fuck. Versus the open strip mine for the lithium, that's like, I don't know, it's like this huge soup bowl where these huge ass trucks that are hauling the ore look like Tonka toys down inside the middle of it. You know, so I don't know. This whole green shit, uh, it sounds rosy cozy on the outside until you dig deep. And then these batteries, when batteries die in your car, and they will, the cost to replace them, I'm sure they'll figure out ways to recycle them better, but right now I ain't there yet either. And these batteries are like at least half the price of the car, maybe more. I don't know. Somebody fact check me on this, but I don't have the energy to do that. But I have seen many videos about all this shit. And again, I'm not against renewables, whatever. A solar electric car would probably be fine for me. And if anybody out there wants to buy me one, I will have no problem accepting it. But I can't even afford a regular car, regardless if I could afford the gas to fuel it. So in the end, it's all a moot question. I mean, I played with my solar panels. I mean, granted, mine weren't as fancy as what they have out there now. And I actually ran some stuff off of them. I had them feeding into storage batteries, and then I would use their power later on. I played with all that. It's a pain in the ass. It costs a lot more. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't remember what I paid for my first bank of solar panels. That was, it was a Harbor Freight special. Uh, 3 15-watt panels with a regulator. It was a couple $100. So basically, you had 45 watts of power that you could use anytime if you had an inverter to process that amount of power. Still, I'm just telling you that things are different now. Granted, like I have a light over here. It's pretty bright. It's 0.35 watts. Okay, so you think about hell, I don't know if any of y'all, I mean, some of y'all will know, but if you know what a 60-watt light bulb is. Now, most of the bulbs you buy now say LED on, but they'll give you an equivalency rating as to what they are in incandescent. And there's also a lumen number in there. LUMEN, what it means exactly, I don't know. But it's basically the number of lumens, which is a measurement for light. I forgot where I was going with this. Anyway, everything in here, in this room, that I deal with, consumes a very little electricity. So I'm ready when we can. I'm looking forward to when we can get all the energy out of the sun. Even though I think this climate change crap is all, a lot of it is bullshit. But at the same time, I mean, I believe in renewables to an extent, but not when it's at the sacrifice of other things. And that has happened before, and it's still happening now. So look, I'm going to end this. Just because we're at 2 hour mark and we're down 6 people and 2 of them are probably Carlos. So yeah, the AGM batteries are good. Glad you have them. All right, later, everybody. For all that were here, thank you. For all that are still here, thank you. I'm going to go take a pee and have a cigarette. And to all of you, have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow.